Hello everybody, Striking on that here. In today's video, we're going to be doing another commentary. I know I do commentaries a lot, but don't worry, I'm working on a big commentary focusing on many different topics, many controversial topics, and many cool new topics that I haven't covered. And it's going to be multiple commentaries with me, with Monarch, George, Bartender, and Dehukin, and many other people that you haven't even met yet that are close friends of mine. If I can get them in them, I might even get the master reviewers and other people. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, well, what's the topic's gonna be? Well, that's a secret. If you stick around to the end of the video, I might let you know a couple of them. But hey, it's a secret. You never know. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into today's commentary topic. Well, actually, before we jump into today's commentary, I apologize for rushing ahead there. I'm telling you that in the background, I'm playing Terraria on the Xbox Books One. I was just messing around the game. Me and my cousin played it a lot, and I went and grinded a bit and was just running back and forth. I was really bored, had nothing to do, and I decided, hey, I did a lot of work at some skeleton dudes, so I decided I might as well use that game clip, because why not? And I was playing it all day today, so hey, what you gonna do? Now that I went over the gameplay, I'm going to tell you about today's topic, which is the justice system and jails and how they can be fixed. Because here in America, our justice system isn't really the best, and the way that jails are set up, I don't feel is in the most proper or nice or even a good fashion, in my personal opinion. Now, I know what you're thinking. Striker, how is the justice system flawed? Well, way back in the days of the Revolutionary War, you see, or I think it was around then, you were given the right that you were innocent until proven guilty, and this is still a right that holds today. Just with the current justice system, it's kind of the opposite way around. You could get caught with, like, let's say let's say you pay for a candy bar, but the cashier forgets to ring it up, and you walk away, and you get arrested for it. Well, until they do, and this is like a really small example, I don't know why I'm doing this, but you would be innocent until proven guilty, but nowadays it'd be the other way around, where you'd have to face consequences, and then you would be able to, then you would be able to get home free, so to speak. And that's kind of a sad thing, because I think personally, being innocent, for most crimes, except for very few, which I'll list later, you should be free until you're proven guilty. And you should be innocent, and you should be innocent, because this is true, because there's no proof that you did that crime. You shouldn't have to face the consequences for that crime. That's pretty self-explanatory there, but the government, they're like, nah, this man, we don't have evidence yet for it, but we know he's gonna kill people, or we know he did it. Yeah, you could say that, but it's kind of the way I think that used to be. It was a lot better than the way it is today. Oh, there were less people back there and all sorts of things, but hey, I think that was a great thing, very great thing, and I really feel like that needs to come back, or some version of it, into our system. But I can't really change that, because I'm not a politics person. I can't really change the way laws are. I can't change the way rights are. I can't change any of that, even though rights can't change here in America. But I would like that to change. So hey, if you go into a career of politics, you might want to consider some things that get suggested, because the people, for the most part, are always right in most situations. I've never heard of one situation, except for maybe war. That's like one situation. I've heard of very few where the people's opinion is wrong or should not be heard, because no matter what, people are ultimately the ones you are going to be looking out for, and the ones that you are going to be watching, so to speak. Now that we went over how I feel the justice system is flawed, I'm going to tell you how I feel the jail system is flawed. Now, I'm going to use my uncle as a personal account, because my uncle, he went to jail, and he told me that he went in there for something beyond that. Stuff is not needed to be told, but essentially he was telling me how jail was more of just a big old punishment, and he knew what he did was wrong, obviously, but me and him talked about it, and he was like, yeah, I could see how this could, he was just talking about things, and then we got into a big discussion, which will have relevance later. And then recently I watched a video where these people were talking about a man, and this man was caught doing things, messed up things to women, touching their hair, getting in their private space, mainly hair stuff. He has no impulse control, and because of that, he like does really messed up, dirty things to women. He can't stop it though, and he's been to jail for it numerous times, and I'm going to use this example, and the reason for this is because jails aren't made to teach people what they did was wrong and to rehabilitate them, they're made to just punish. And while the punishment is good, that's not a jail's purpose. The definition of a jail is, alright, let me get it here. I believe, let's see, Google, jail. A jail is a place where people are punished and they learn the error of their ways through different means. There are many different types of jails. That's essentially the short version of it. And what that essentially was saying is, you learn what you did was wrong, but if you don't get taught that and you don't get at least the teensiest bit rehabilitated, how are you supposed to know how are you supposed to, if you're this individual and you have a lack of impulse control and you can't get helped, well, what you gonna do? If you can't do anything, you're kinda screwed, right? Yeah. That's what I thought too. And it's very interesting because this made me sit down and think, and I was thinking, and when I get to thinking, I normally think of good things. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, and I'm like, I rethought the way our jails are made, and I feel that jails in general should not just be to punish, but should be to rehabilitate to a certain extent, and definitely teach people that what they did was wrong. And obviously, you have to be harsh in jail with people because people don't learn the easy way. You have to be a certain amount of mean and tough because that's just the way it is. But as stated before, I feel that if you add the ability to rehabilitate people and to like make them to rehabilitate people and to teach them the error of their ways, they will ultimately change and think of things differently, and maybe even get fixed, not get arrested again or put in jail again, which I think is a great idea. This also can tie, the reason I chose these two things for this one video is because they really tie in with each other. We have, in America, we have some would say corrupt, I would say a more faulty justice system that needs to be worked on a teensy bit, and a jail system that, this is actually the jails for most of the things, and here in the world we have a jail, our jails are put in a way that they're not meant to rehabilitate people, but more or less just to punish. And punishment is good, but how much punishment does it take? You should also be teaching the person that, oh, what you did is wrong. We understand that. You get punished for it, and you learn that what you did was wrong. But we're going to help you, so you'll understand that what I did was wrong, and this is how it should have been. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be, oh, you did something wrong. You know what that means? That means you get to stay in jail and do absolutely nothing, and you get to be put in this jail, and you get to I'm sorry, I'm tired. My train of thoughts gets lost easily. I apologize for that. But you get to get stuck in this jail, and you get to sit here, and you get to just rot your mind out, and you get to work out, and that's it. You get to just sit there and be this. You just get to sit there and think about what you did. And if you have a disability which makes it hard for you to think, tough luck, kid. We're not gonna help you. We don't care. Our job's to punish. And I feel that's not how it should be. It should be, alright, yes, you do have to punish people, because without punishment, people would not learn. Obviously, punishment is, no matter what you say, ultimately will teach people to learn. Without punishment, people won't understand there are consequences for actions, and they'll do things that are wrong. So, obviously, teaching them that this is wrong is a big thing. But also, you gotta be able to help them so they don't do what they did wrong again, because there are plenty of people out there who have disabilities and stuff, and that's kind of made the reason they did it wrong in the first place, and ultimately, that's not the best thing in the world. So to wrap up today's video, do I think that the justice system is broken or corrupt? No. Is it a bit flawed? Yes, but all things are. It may get fixed in the future, hopefully it will. Do I think that jails could be fixed and improved? Yes. Yes, I do. That's all for today's video. Like I said before, don't know what my next video is going to be about. Most likely a commentary. It may be a weapon comparison between the AK-12, because my friend Monarch, he said he'd give me some clip for it. Monarch, I'll talk to you about email that later. Anyway, that's all. So without further ado, bye.